Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Leadership in Educational Excellence Awards ceremony. Thank you for joining us this evening as we live stream this event. My name is Mark Schmitz. I am the Executive Director and CEO of Resource Training and Solutions, your regional service cooperative. Though we are not able to gather in person to celebrate the outstanding contributions you all have made to students, parents, and fellow staff in person, I am grateful to have this format and opportunity to express the deep gratitude I have for the work you do. As I reflect on the current state of uncertainty you are all working in, I believe the Leadership in Educational Excellence Award you are receiving is especially deserved this year. Beginning this past spring, and now in this fall, the level of adaptability and flexibility you have needed to demonstrate is to be commended. These traits are especially important when faced with the uncertainty of what school will look like for staff and students, as this may change from week to week. Your ability to navigate through uncharted waters with grace and professionalism is to be commended. No matter where our situation guides education, I have complete faith there will be a positive outcome for students because of educators such as you. Thank you for the dedication and hard work you give our students. I am honored, at least in the small way, to be part of the positive impact you have on so many lives. Congratulations on receiving the 2020 Leadership in Educational Excellence Award. And now, it is my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Tim Gabrielson. A native of Minnesota, Tim began performing at a local theme park at age 16. His comedic wit and natural timing, combined with magical prowess, quickly gave him a park favorite. He soon became in demand nationally for his riveting show, combining clean humor and highly skilled magic. It didn't take long to gain the attention of agents and producers alike, which landed him fill-in spots for Vegas headliners like Ron Lucas and Matt King, before acquiring his own room at the House of Blues in Mandalay Bay on the Las Vegas Strip. Tim's journey has been both magical and inspiring. He has entertained hundreds of thousands along the way and came to this realization. It is less about the hour-long entertainment and more about the lifelong influence. He has masterfully crafted his message while sharing tools of the trade for real-life improvements, all the while entertaining everyone in attendance. Please welcome the magic of comedy, Tim Gabrielson.
Hello, everybody. I'm Tim Gabrielson, and I am so excited to be here with you all today. I have a couple of questions to start you off, but before we get there, I wanted to tell you about a little travel. Remember when that was a thing, when you could travel? I remember. I spent 2.5 weeks in Japan. It was phenomenal. Found out in Japan they take Chinese rice paper. For some reason they can't find their own. Thanks, both of you. They fold it into ornate shapes. They call this process origami. Translated to English, I found out origami means American guy can't do. I'm not kidding. After 2 weeks of frustration, this was the best I could come up with. But all my friends, I just said, hey, it's a ball. They weren't impressed. I said, wait, I'm a magician. Hang on. And I reached in my pocket. And I pulled out one of these. And I did this. Watch close. I know there's thunderous applause going on right now in every home. That's what's going on. But some of you are like, I don't know, I'm not that impressed. I could impress you, maybe a little easier, if I did this instead. So I have a question for every one of you right now. How many here believe that when you wake up in the morning, it's your choice whether you have a good day or a bad day? Yeah? I think you choose it. You choose whether you're happy, you choose whether you're not. You choose whether you're in a good mood or not. Matter of fact, you choose right now whether you get involved in this presentation of mine or not. Why am I telling you this? Because when I'm done, if you didn't have a good time, I blame you. Just want to point that out. You ever woke up in the morning and your day was unbelievably good? Like from the moment you got out of bed, you just felt, wow, I feel amazing. You had that day? What typically happens, now let's walk this through. If that happens, and I'm guessing it's happened occasionally, maybe for some of you are lucky and it happens often, but when that moment happens where you're full of happy and joy and you just feel great in your day and you think the day's gonna be amazing and you walk in, this is what happens. The first person you come in contact with. Now, maybe not in your home, maybe you got through the home. Maybe some of you are actually in school and you're going to school. And the first person you come in contact with at school, what do? Like a vacuum. They suck every bit of happiness right out of you. Do you know what I'm talking about? If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a pretty good chance you're the fun sucker. I'm just saying. Ever woke up in the morning and had a really bad day? Now, if some of you right now, you said, yeah, most likely you know exactly why it was a bad day. And for most of us, especially in this unbelievable, unprecedented time that we're in, most of you have this uncertainty and feeling going through. On the outside, we're wearing masks, just like we did before COVID, right? We're wearing masks. We just kind of like, yeah, we're okay. But inside, there's something going on. Many of us have that. And some of us have these bad days, and it doesn't even take a lot. It can take one little thing to change the trajectory of our day. Speaking of that, I had a cup of coffee the other day. I walked out to my truck and I set it on top of the truck so I could load it. Yeah, makes sense. I load the truck, I get inside, I start driving down the road. As soon as I hit the freeway, I reach for my coffee cup. And the moment I realized it's not where it's supposed to be, I remembered where it was. Sure enough, at the same time, I hear it going that way. And then in the rearview mirror, I see it hit the freeway. That one thing made my day horrible. Or should I say, I allowed it to make my day horrible. Can I say this? Seriously, everything was bad. Of course it's bad. Everything bad happens to me. And I went on this day and I went to the gas station and I was probably mean to that person. And then I saw my family and I wasn't kind to them. And then all this happened, this exuding of negative energy around me. I realized that everyone else around me is having a bad day. And I'm like, man, everyone's having a bad day. No, it was me. I did that. We have the power to change the direction. Now that's a simple, silly example of a coffee cup day. And the reason I use it is because I kind of call every bad day a coffee cup day. Every time something happens, it's like, what's my coffee cup day today? Because when I was in school, and this is the heart of me coming out, it was middle school. Some of you can picture it. Maybe have children that are that age, maybe that are that age. What a middle school kid feels. What do they feel? All they want is to be accepted. All they want is to have friends, to be acknowledged, to be cared for, to be looked at. That's all we wanted, right? No. I was bullied to the point, not of wanting to take my life, but I remember many nights going to sleep, hoping that I wouldn't wake up in the morning. That's a horrible position to be in. And that's a much bigger issue than a simple coffee cup day. But the trajectory change in my life at that point, I didn't know it then. But in looking back, I know what happened. And it was a faculty member, and it was staff that were so awesome at my school. But in particular, it was our janitor. His name's Steve Dordahl. He's still alive and doing wonderful. And he still has the same smile I'm going to talk about. That's what he did. I was in the lowest of lows, looking at my feet, wanting to be invisible, not liking my life, feeling like everyone was against me, as many of the kids today feel. And I remember Steve walking down the hall every day. He'd look at me, he'd smile, and he'd say, "Hi, Tim." And in that moment, I felt amazing. I felt acknowledged. I felt a connection. But my circumstances did not change. So I knew, or at least I know now, that choice, that trajectory change in your life happens by choice. We choose how we respond or react to every situation. And I thank Steve more times than I can count for being that rock for me. And every one of you have that same ability. It may not be directly. Some of you listening right now, you're not in front of kids. You're not personally in front of kids all the time, but you're in front of someone else who is in front of those kids. When I affected for my coffee cup day, all the people around me, noticing they were all having bad days, and I was the reason, we have the power to change those around us who would then influence a child or a kid or a young adult going through troubles or times. That's what we can do. I have this little motto in my mind: when you see someone without a smile, give them yours. And some of you are going to say, yeah, but I have a mask. We can still see a smile, whether you have a mask on or not. And that's the most powerful thing that we can give everyone else around us. Now, what was the things that I did to get myself and my mind off of things? It was magic. I'm a comic magician. It led me all the way to Las Vegas. Loved it there. Now I'm in this nice cold tundra. I don't know why we're here right now. I want to move back, I think. But I remember doing magic as a kid, and one of the biggest things was a deck of playing cards. Now, I played cards because I was raised Baptist. That's a joke. But out of a deck of playing cards, there are 52 cards in a deck. Now, it's hard for me to select a card by random, but that's exactly what I'm going to do. A random card selected. Look closely, the 8 of hearts. Now I want you to watch this 8 of hearts because it's going to happen right on your screen. Somewhere inside this deck is the 8, but with a wave of my hand over the top, all I have to do is spread, and you will notice that one card actually changes color. Now some of you are skeptical, but we all saw the card, including me. We know whether it happened or not. I believe it was the 8, was it not? Yes, the 8 of hearts. Now you know what to look for. Let's do it one more time. I'll get rid of the 8 and we'll try it again. How about just a random? We'll go till we feel, stop there. All right, the King of Clubs. Watch. With a wave of my hand, one card and one card only changes. One card. Oh, I said that wrong. I apologize. I said one card and one card only would change. Blue. I'm hearing this thunderous applause from all of you. Thank you very much. That's great. I often get asked the question of how I got started and in magic. And it was my grandfather. And every Saturday, I would be able to have a sip of the soda, bottle caps. And I would keep these and play with them. And then I learned something that I think is kind of fun. Watch close. 4 bottle caps. I want you to watch them because one's going to jump to the other just by covering my hand. You can notice that one actually jumps. I can do it again just over here. Watch. One will actually jump. Now this one's the furthest away, so you might be able to see it. So here, watch close. One will actually jump. Now, when I came in here today, or tonight, and I started chatting with all of you, I started with a question. And the question was, how many here believe when you wake up in the morning, it's a choice whether you have a good day or a bad day? I believe it with every part of my being. I think we choose our attitude. And why I'm telling you this is because right now I know that you are here to honor all of the superstars that are here. Yes, you are the superheroes. And I think if you were to try to express right now from me to you that we're all in good moods, maybe, but I guarantee there's someone listening right now. Maybe you're a teacher, maybe you're a spouse, maybe you're a family member here to show your support. But someone is dealing with something horrible. Matter of fact, so bad that if you were to share with us, most of us couldn't even imagine how you're existing and how you wake up every day and how you go start another day over and over. My hope is this, whoever I'm talking to, because I am talking to someone, my hope is that for the past 15 minutes or so, you haven't thought of that pain at all. Well, until I just reminded you. But why? Laughter. Laughter's a gift. Scientifically, laughter's proven to make us live longer. And if that's true, a few of you might be dead within the hour. You know who you are. But what do you do when the coffee cup day happens? What do you do to conquer that? What do you do to change the trajectory of your day so you're not affecting people negatively? Well, for me, that day that I left the coffee cup and I caused agony and pain all around me, I decided, you know what? I'm going to do this better next time. Matter of fact, I went to the store and bought magnets and glue. Now, bear with me. This is brilliant and kind of a public service announcement. I went back home and I glued a magnet to the bottom of every one of our coffee cups. Now, I don't think you're seeing the brilliance in this, but with a magnet on the bottom of the cup, the next time I forget one on top of the truck, it'll be there when I get to my destination. And if you don't find the funny in that, I want all of you to do this. Go home, wherever home is, glue a magnet to the bottom of one of your cups, just one. Stick it to the top of your vehicle intentionally and drive around your community. I guarantee you some good Samaritan's gonna pull up next to you and try to help you out. There's a coffee cup on top of your car. Just look at it and be like, oh, thanks. Roll down the window, grab the cup, take a sip, set it back, and keep on driving. Now, I realize that some of this stuff you're not gonna do, but even thinking about it, because what I did is I have now taken you away from whatever issues you have and given you perspective. So now whatever you come back to, whether it be an unruly child, whether it be hard, distant learning, whether it be not feeling appreciated when you should be because you're amazing. And I'm saying that from a dad. I can't even, I have a wife that's a teacher. And so I get it. I get, although she's not winning this award. Anyway, I do feel that when we do things and we take you away, as you come back to your problem, how do we pull ourselves away? You can't have me come. You probably don't want to be on another call or watching a Facebook Live deal every day to take your mind off of things. So instead, you have to do things on your own. You got to take yourself away when you're having that down day and try something fun. I don't know, put on a pair of tan pants and a red shirt and go to Target. I'm not kidding. You're going to walk in and you know someone's going to walk up to you and be like, hey, excuse me, can you help? Now, don't respond with, no, this is therapy. Just go with it. Walk up to them like you're going to help them. Walk right up to them. And as soon as you get to their face, go like, chase me and run. I promise you, someone will get in trouble, but it won't be you. We can find ways creatively to make our minds not on situations. Now, I would be a fool to think that I know what ails each and every one of you. I would be a fool to think that I know what makes you happy or what makes you sad. But what I do know is that when life throws you a curveball, something happens, how do we react? How do we respond? When someone's missing the smile, remember, give them yours. I remember traveling. I used to travel a lot. And I remember traveling so much so that I would get on planes and I would get on certain situations. Now, if you've been flying lately, if anyone's been in a plane lately, it's weird. People always say to get on a plane, by the way. Don't do that. Get in. But once you're in the plane, there's all these ideas of people, and now they don't want to talk to you. People are scared and they're sitting there, which is fine. But I sat down next to a guy with an empty seat between us, and he was sitting here, and I don't know this man, but we didn't even reach 10,000 feet. And this is what I see and hear. Not okay. I mean, I don't mind sleeping. I don't even mind snoring, but an open mouth drool snore from a man I don't know, that's not funny. Well, maybe not. It was funny to me because I didn't get mad. I was like, why get mad at the situation? I befriended the flight attendant and I got myself one of these. And this is what I did. Wake up, sir! Put yours on! All right, that's mean, but he didn't snore the rest of the trip. He's like, wait a minute, I got it. Now, speaking of flying, I really hope that we're all back to the regular travels and regular flying soon. And I want you to do something that I do every time I fly. Most people get nervous. Not most, maybe many people get nervous when they get on a plane or in a plane. And I always like to break the tension. I want people to smile and have a little bit of fun. So as I sit there on the plane thinking of what to do, it came to me. So since that day, I do this, and I want you to try it. Listen carefully when you get in a plane. Now, if you've never flown before, you understand the idea. You walk in the plane, there's a flight attendant. Now, you may or may not know this, but that flight attendant cannot move until the boarding door is shut. When they meet the first passenger, that same flight attendant needs to see the last passenger. That's an FAA thing, and it works to your advantage. This is all you have to do. I walk in the plane, and I'm like, hi, Jan. Now, if you do try this, read her name tag. Might not be Jan. She's going to say, hi, thanks for flying. No problem. Would you do me a favor? Could you bring me a glass of water? I know you don't know where I'm seated, so I'll push the call button after you shut the door so you know where to bring the water. Okay, thanks. And then I go sit and I wait and I just kind of hang out. Sometimes if I want people to notice me, I'll take on a character. My favorite character is the hyper guy, because that would be the worst to sit next to. Imagine me sitting next to you on a plane and I do something like this. Hey, how you doing? I'm Tim. I'm from Minneapolis. Actually, I live in Las Vegas 3 months out of the year, but I love it. And I just kind of keep this attitude and this temperature of my body going up, and it's just crazy until you can see him going, oh, like he doesn't want to sit next to me. I've even had people sitting around me apologizing to that man for having to sit next to me. That's how great this is. And I just kind of hang out and I wait. Now, the reason I did that is because I want people to be noticing me. As soon as Jan shuts the door, I reach up and I push the call button. But that's not all I do. For my own entertainment, I talk into the speaker. And this is what I say. Can I get a glass of water, please? Now, everyone around me, they're all doing this. But then Jan comes down the aisle with my glass of water. And I kid you not, my record is 3 people, 2 different locations of the plane, stood up, pushed the button. Can I get a cup of coffee, please? Cream? I would have had 4, but the woman across the aisle, she went up to push the button. And just as she goes to push the button, her husband grabs her by the arm, pulls her into the seat and says, "It's a joke, honey." You guys are great. Thank you so much. Congratulations, everyone, and good luck.
Thank you, Tim, for those inspirational and wise words. It is about time for us to announce our awardees. But first, I would like to thank the board for the continued support of this event. Our board members are Ken Anderson, board chair and board member of the Foley School District; Jan Solars, vice chair, board member of the Sauk. Jeanette Kester, secretary treasurer, board member of the East Central School District; Terrell Clark, director, county commissioner, Stearns County; Paul Teedy, director, former county commissioner, Crow Wing County; Irene Bender, director, board member of the Dassel-Cokato School District; and Chuck Tryon, former director, Rodford School District; Paul Bravender, director, board member of the Howard Lake Waverly School District; and our ex officio board member, Andy Olmos, superintendent of the East Central School District. Thank you, Resource Board. It is now my pleasure to introduce Ken Anderson, board chair, to present the conferral of awards.
Thank you, Mark. On behalf of the Board of Resource Training and Solutions, I want to congratulate you. I'm sorry we can't be with you tonight. We're doing this, as we know, remote, because I always got energized by these banquets, the LEEA banquet, the Students of Excellence, and of course the support staff. I would I'd get out meeting you in the hall, shaking hands with your family and friends, and then I got to give away the award, and it was my honor. It was just really exciting for me, and I could tell when I handed out the award and the handshake that you guys gave me how energized and how happy you were also. I once gave the LEEA Banquet, I was a keynote speaker, and I did a speech called "You Don't Know How Important You Are and Probably Never Will." Well, we are in the world turned upside down right now. We are at medical crisis, financial crisis, political crisis, and of course, educational crisis. And what it's proving is just how important you are. I mean, we've learned already. What's been going on is that without the teachers in the classroom, it's just not the same. I honestly don't know how you do it. I don't know if I'd want to start out teaching now. I taught for 33 years, and if I'd want to start all over again, I've had teachers tell me that they've never worked so hard in their life. I've had some tell me after 20 years it's like their first year of teaching, and I know it's tough. It's very tough. And some people say, well, I don't know how you do it. Well, you know what? You will succeed. And the reason you will succeed is you are a teacher. And that's why you went into it. You'll make this thing work. And we're very proud of that. Thank you. God bless. And good luck. Introduce our presiding superintendent, Tim Prom. Tim is in his 4th year as superintendent at Annandale Public Schools. Prior to his role as superintendent, he spent 1 year as assistant principal at Pinewood Elementary in the Monticello School District. Tim is a graduate of St. Cloud State University and taught for 5 years in the Fairmont School District and 9 years in the Buffalo School District, where his wife Becky is currently a 4th grade teacher. This past June, Tim and Becky celebrated their 28th anniversary and have 3 daughters and 3 grandchildren. Their oldest daughter teaches kindergarten in the Alexandria School District. Tim and Becky's middle daughter and her husband own their own concrete business in Kalispell, Montana, and have 2 little boys and a 2-month-old little girl. Their youngest daughter is a certified nursing assistant and lives and works in the Dassel-Cokato area. As superintendent of Annandale, Tim has built a strong relationship with the staff and the community that has helped to garner support during the strategic planning and process and a district faculty study as the district experiences growth. He takes a lot of pride in the entire district staff and their efforts in living and promoting a positive culture throughout the district. Even in these trying times, he enjoys time with family and friends and spending time at the lake. Please welcome Superintendent Tim Prom.
Good evening, and congratulations to all of you, all of those tonight receiving awards. Some of you were chosen by your colleagues and some by your administration. However you were chosen, you should feel very good about being honored tonight. I know that your families, colleagues, communities, and districts are all very proud of you. It is an honor to represent the superintendents virtually this year in congratulating you all in this well-deserved award. Education is not just a profession, it's a calling. In these trying times, when you're planning 2, 3, even 4 lesson plans or learning models, it's easy to forget the reason we all got into this profession. But it quickly comes back that moment you see your students, either in person or virtual. I've witnessed the stresses that come with preparing for such a difficult fall, and have also seen teachers relieved and excited when students arrived. Each day we have a choice of focusing on the positives or the negatives of what is going on during this crazy time right now. As you all know, it is the attitude that you bring each day that sets the tone for your classroom, however your classroom or setting might look right now. We can only worry about what is in our control. Too many times we focus on the things we cannot change and we get frustrated or upset. If there is nothing you can do about it, it does no good. Change and make a difference in the areas you have control over, and good things will happen. Our kids need you more now than ever before. And for some students, it is not an exaggeration to say that you may be their most vocal advocate. Continue to treat them with love, give them hope, model empathy and compassion, and challenge and support them in their growth as students and as human beings. You have my utmost respect and admiration for the work that you all do. Regardless of your role in our schools, you have countless opportunities to have positive and sustained impact on the children you connect with each day. Continue to make the most of it. Please know that you are valued and appreciated. And again, congratulations on a well-deserved award. As Mark mentioned earlier, while we are not all able to celebrate from one location this evening, we are grateful to be able to honor our recipients virtually this evening. It is my honor to introduce to you Dr. Michelle Wang, Education Director at Resource Training and Solutions. She will introduce each of our honorees this evening. Thank you. Michelle?
Thank you, Superintendent Prom. And now, our 2020 Leadership in Educational Excellence Award honorees. Representing Albany Area Schools, from the Albany District Office, Cassie Novak. From Albany Elementary School, Laura Relke. From Albany High School, Scott McLaughlin. And from Avon Elementary, Krista Schmitz. The honorees from Annandale Public Schools. From Annandale Community Education Center, Heather Wirth. From Annandale Elementary School, Laura Selheim. From Annandale High School, Rob Tangwall. And from Annandale Middle School, Melissa Severson. Representing Becker Public Schools. From Becker High School, Michelle Kuseski. From Becker Intermediate School, Nikki Kaler. From Becker Middle School, Nicole Wetland. And from Becker Primary School, Jenny Obermoller. The honorees from Big Lake Schools. From Big Lake High School, Mark Boeckman. From Big Lake Middle School, Todd Skinner. From Independence Elementary School, Carla Johnson. And from Liberty Elementary School, Amber Marsh. Representing Bram Area Schools. From Bram Area Elementary School, Katie Hansen. And from Bram Area Junior and Senior High School, Amber Hoffman. The honorees from Buffalo Hanover Montrose Schools. From Buffalo Community Middle School, Carrie Johnson. From Buffalo High School, Tracy Johnson. From Discovery Elementary School, Rissa Schrick. And from North Winds Elementary School, Danielle Collins. Representing Dassel Cokato Schools. From Cokato Elementary School, Mike Barton. From Dassel Elementary School, Ann Lithmers. From Dassel Cokato High School, Ashley Georges. And from Dassel Cokato Middle School, Kelly Johnson. The honorees from East Central Schools. From East Central Secondary, Kayla Christiansen and Lorelei Finley. From East Central Elementary School, Michaela Jensen and Alyssa Ling. Representing Foley Public Schools. From Foley Elementary, Sandy Kiko. From Foley High School, Brian Kemme. From Foley Intermediate School, Lancer Neighbor. The honorees from Hinckley Finlayson. From Hinckley Elementary School, Kirsten Mace and Judy Nelson. From Hinckley Finlayson High School, Emily Bankson and Christy Ronchetti. Representing Howard Lake Waverly Winstead. From Howard Lake Waverly Winstead High School, Kelsi Hogg. From Humphrey Elementary School, Kayla Myrie. From Winstead Elementary, Ryan Peterson. The honorees from Isle. From Herbert S. Nyquist Elementary School, Kendall Hersey. And from Isle High School, Jennifer Ernest. Representing Kaleidoscope Charter School, Allison Jepson and Carrie Lynch. The honorees from Maple Lake. From Maple Lake Elementary School, Marty Keeble and Michelle Koss. From Maple Lake High School, Dawn Klabundy and Steve Kozlowski. Representing Meeker and Wright Special Education Cooperative, Jill Sundblad and Leah Dobbs from Meeker and Wright Special Education Center, and Jane Shoby from Cornerstones and Eastern Wright programs. The honorees from Mora. From Mora Elementary School, Michelle Girth and Kayla Thor. From Mora High School, Michael Furry and Katie Karnick. Representing North Branch Area Public Schools. From North Branch High School, Sherri Keller. From North Branch Middle School Life Work Center, Lisa Novak and Dan Johnson. And from Sunrise River School, Sarah Groen. The honorees from Ogilvie Public Schools. From Ogilvie Elementary, Emily Carlson and Tim Zacharias. From Ogilvie High School, Kate Sakula and Ashley Espaseth. Representing Rockford Area Schools. From Rockford Elementary Arts Magnet School, Holly Biorn. From Rockford High School, Kevin Neff. And from Rockford Middle School Center of Environmental Studies, Abby Kaufman. The honorees from the Rocori School District. From John Clark Elementary School, Tara Levine. From Rocori Middle School, Levi Peterson. From Cold Spring Elementary, Krista Stavros and Valerie Fraley. The honorees from St. John's Prep, Dan Stark and Martina Talick. Representing Sauk Center Public Schools. From Sauk Center Secondary School, Heidi Gustafson, Scott Pearson, and Karina Maher. From Sauk Center Elementary School, Abby Primus. The honorees from Sauk Rapids Rice. From Mississippi Heights Elementary School, Audrey Thornborough. From Rice Elementary School, Emily Schiffler. From Pleasant View Elementary School, Karen Cash. From Sauk Rapids Rice High School, David Zaski. And from Sauk Rapids Rice Middle School, Aaron Thompson. Representing St. Cloud Area School District. From Apollo High School, Cynthia Karcher, Nancy Meller, and Gretchen Van Howen. From Clearview Elementary School, Patty Montez. From Kennedy Community School, Jody Heinen and Alyssa Kyle. From Lincoln Elementary School, Catherine Takali. From North Junior High, Tracy Hare, Janice Pierce, and Courtney Watson. From South Junior High School, Eric Dilla and Lisa Foreigner. From Talahi Community School, Nicole Raffenbuhl. From Tech High School, Jennifer Doom, Carrie Kopp, and Jennifer Schad. The honorees from St. Michael Albertville Schools. From Fieldstone Elementary School, Sharon Griffin. From St. Michael Albertville Middle School East, Andrew Cleveland. From St. Michael Albertville District Office, Andrew Kelly. And from St. Michael Albertville Senior High School, Joshua Mann. Representing Watertown Mayor Public Schools. From Watertown Mayor Elementary School, Jamie Renken. From Watertown Mayor High School, Kristen Phillips. From Watertown Mayor Middle School, Katie Inez. And from Watertown Mayor Primary School, Jennifer Slipka. The honoree from West Central Education District, speech and language pathologist, Jeannie Schneider.
Michelle. And I'm just here to wrap up the evening, and I just want to say a couple things. One of them is a congratulation awardees, and the other is, as a service co-op, we realize it's a heck of a year for you, for the administration, your school, for your support staff, and certainly the children you serve and the families and the communities. And I know you're all just trying to do the right things, and I think everyone's trying to do the right things. But you've been doing that in an exemplary way, and that's one of the main reasons that you've been awarded and recognized this evening. But I truly wish you the best through this year, which will be a year we will never forget about. And you're doing phenomenal work, and everyone in your systems are doing phenomenal work. Michelle and I have the privilege of working with so many school people throughout what's going on, and you're truly leading the way in steering us in what's right, in what we need to do. So with that, congratulations. We are very, very grateful to work with you, and grateful for the work that you do each and every day. And thank you for joining us this evening. Please have a wonderful evening and a wonderful school year, and take care and stay safe. Thank you.